I know we're late, guys, but I just wanted to say happy 1 year anniversary of the
Yeah.
Brodent Royale podcast. Woo!
Oh my god! Yeah, we late.
Yeah.
Sorry, y'all. It was the break.
I heard we reached 1 year. Is that right? I think that is due for congratulations. I think it's time that we blow out the candles, don't you think?
I don't know.
Are you drinking candle wax? What the?
Oh, heck no, dude.
Happy 1 year.
Listen,
I got the dagger. I got the dagger. I got the dagger. I got the dagger. Look.
Bro.
Look at Darian dagger, bro.
This ain't no blade of candor, but listen, it's gonna get the job done. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me.
Guys, I can't fight it off that much longer. I can only hold on for one more episode.
Oh, he quitting?
Twin? What you mean? What you mean? You only got one more? Yo,
he quitting.
I need help.
Yeah,
I need help. It's fighting back.
Yeah, he's putting.
I ain't got no help. I ain't got no help for you other than killing you.
Yeah, bro. Listen.
What you want me to tell your? What you want me to tell your parents?
Yo, he putting it 2 weeks in, bro.
2 weeks, Braulio. He's possessed by a demon. Why are you talking to a job?
Yo,
Let's just make this one a good one, guys.
Yeah, yo, he tired.
What are we talking about in this episode?
Yo. Stop playing with me, yo. He looked like he about to throw up. See, this is what you get for drinking candle wax, nigga. You what you doing? What you on?
Candle wax.
Why your eyes?
Welcome back. Welcome back.
Listen, I've been reading a lot of Kagurabachi. I'm gonna show you this EIY purity style. Don't play with me.
My name is Ganesh.
Is it?
Nah.
Is it?
My name is Braulio.
My name is scared black man.
And we are reviewing Evil Dead Burn.
Yo, come on. What the fuck?
I can't tell if he acting right now. And I ain't putting this sword down until I figure that out. Look at his eyebrows, bro. You got one time. Start talking that weird shit. It's over for you, bro. I'm driving over there. I don't care if it's an hour.
We'll see.
All right, hold up. I'm gonna pull out the Kandarian. Was it Kandarian dagger?
What? Kandarian? Kenders, I don't fucking know, nigga.
Look at this right here. Look at this. You're done.
Kanda.
Estrata.
Oh, nah. You gonna give me my friend back.
Kunda.
You gonna give me my friend back. Stop playing with me.
Astrata. Montos. Kunda. Welcome back to Evil Dead Burn.
Welcome back to Evil Dead Burn. This is the Brodent Royale podcast.
Yeah, today we're reviewing Evil Dead Burn. I'm here with
Jaydon.
Jaydon and Braulio.
Yep, that's me, Braulio.
Demon inside. Is this your first day on the job?
This is
dude,
Ganesh.
you're not good at podcasting, bro. We need Ganesh back.
If this your first day on the job, I suggest you watch Obsession and learn all the mistakes that fucked up there. Don't make them same mistakes. We can tell you're not selling it right now. You're not selling it right now. Do something Ganesh like.
Ganesh.
You don't even know what that means. How you gonna possess somebody's body? You don't even know what they about. I watched the movie. Y'all know how to. Yo. Hello? Braulio, you closer than I am. You gonna have to handle that. I'm sorry. All of that was a joke. I can't. I don't fucking with no demon shit. Lock your doors. Bulletproof your windows. All the things. He ain't coming up here. I know that.
That was a long ass fucking stinger. I don't even know where's the stinger. Where's the episode?
Is that the stinger or the episode? Huh?
Oh my god.
Did you win?
Yeah. It didn't get me, guys. I didn't let it get me. Man. What a movie.
See? And you know why this happened? I knew it was some weird shit because when we was watching the film, this red light came on during the film, and I was like, "Yo, it's some weird shit going on. Why your screen red?"
Don't worry about it.
So we playing games, Demon? Huh? We playing games?
So, anyways, we
All
reviewed, or not? We didn't review.
We
yet.
didn't review shit.
Not yet.
See, this is what I'm
Not
saying.
yet.
Play the role right. You're not convincing
All
nobody.
right. Well, quick catch-up time before we do that. How are you guys?
Man, we reached 1 year. What you mean? How am I doing? I'm ecstatic.
Oh hell yeah!
I'm
Me
ecstatic.
too, bro.
I'm happy as hell.
Yeah, I'm elated. I'm absolutely elated.
Dude.
Yeah, I bet you are.
Before we get to any celebration of the 1 year, we have something that we got to talk about. And clearly, if you somehow don't know what that is, and you don't watch well, we're reviewing Evil Dead Burn. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna start off with our rating out of 10, and we'll go from there. So I guess on the count of 3, we'll all say our scores out of 10. 3, 2, 1. 6.5.
6.
Dang, yo, we got 6, 6.5, and 7.
I should note, I'm not a horror movie buff like these guys. So for me, like, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. When it comes to horror movies, I'm pussy. I'm scary. I'm scared as fuck. And so I was really hesitant to even come watch the film. But I will say something. The one of the things that stood out the most was the dynamics of the action in this movie. When I tell you, like, it was very much like, I don't want to say it's high octane, but you feel like you're in the moment of all of the fighting and everything thrashing around and everything like that.
Hitting your mic.
What?
Your mic is hitting your hair, like.
Oh, so you weren't hearing none of that?
No, I heard it.
We are.
Yeah.
We are live, folks.
Hey, take that bass out your voice. Take that bass out your voice. Man, I'll chop you like some chop suey. Stop playing. Anyway.
Try.
Oh, I got something for you. I'm not them niggas in that house.
Is Cooper okay?
I'm sorry, what?
Nah, I asked if Cooper was okay.
He's doing just fine.
Is he alive?
Absolutely fine.
Is he alive or is he a deadite?
He's alive.
Yo,
He's alive.
Deadite Cooper?
For how long?
Deadite Cooper
hell
would go
no.
crazy.
Deadite Cooper would be insane.
For those of you who don't know, Ganesh's dog is named Cooper. He's had him for quite a while, and he's still just as active.
If you gonna play Ganesh, you can't refer to him in third person. Why am I teaching you how to be a demon? What's wrong with you? Do they not have demon training or anything like that? Like, what's good with this?
I'm fresh off the boat, man. I don't know what to tell you.
We gonna get you right. Don't worry.
So Evil Dead Burn, bro. Evil Dead Burn.
Yes, the dynamic of action. I do think. I don't know if you finished elaborating. I cut you off.
No, cut me off. Go ahead. You're good.
I did very much like all the. I don't even know what I'm trying to say. I've lost like all my ADHD going crazy. But like,
I could take over if you'd like.
yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
So the movie Evil Dead Burn, fresh out of the theater, I do believe that it does have its flaws, but I also think that where it does show its ambition, I think I can give it props. There were definitely some highlights of the movie that I like to touch on, such as the transitions between the scenes. The acting overall from all of the characters, from all of the actors, were pretty decent.
Yeah,
At the
Yeah,
very least, I
I would
think.
agree with that.
I agree.
Yeah,
And like when I think about them, I kind of like think about them separate because when I think about like the actor as like the human versus the deadite form, I feel like I was getting a different performance. It felt like it was a different aura overall, especially with I think my favorite deadite, and I think it's also your favorite deadite, the dad.
yeah.
Dude, he was an absolute menace.
Aura
He's
farming crazy.
down in hell.
Yeah, dude, that guy.
Don't start quoting.
I
Stop
do.
staring
What's
at
the
me,
matter?
you mean nigga.
What's the matter?
I do like all the actors' portrayals. I think they were very well performed. Everyone had their part to play in it. I think the main character, like the final girl, was really good. I really like the
Yeah.
grandma. The grandma provided a lot of good comedic relief.
Sweet old Polly.
She was funny.
She just wanted her money. She
Yeah,
just didn't
dude.
want to get robbed.
Yeah, she just didn't want to get robbed. I think the intensity of this movie was something that was like very like
Give me 1 second, guys. Sorry.
mid.
We are alive.
Yeah.
We are
I'm just
alive.
gonna keep going. I do like that there was a lot of intensity in that movie. Like if you're someone going into this movie wanting a horror experience, I think it's very intense. I think it's very like it keeps up that tension and the I'm trying to find the words to say, but it just keeps up the action. You know, it never
It's like
Sorry,
a
really
roller
everybody.
lets
coaster
you
ride.
stop. It lets you stop to breathe for too long. You know, it does provide some moments of comedic relief, which I also like. I think those really give character to like Evil Dead in general. It's part of its DNA. Um, I'm gonna touch upon that on that aspect probably in my negatives as well, but I do like that they gave like a thematic through line to it that I think like kind of works in that sense. You know what I mean?
I
I didn't necessarily care about it, but at the same time I did appreciate that there was kind of like there's this overarching story to what's happening. You know,
so not to cut you off, but like that to me. No. Sorry, finish your point because that's your positive. I'm sorry. But
like I don't know, it wasn't fully like I don't know how to explain. Like to me there's a lot of positives that are also negatives to me. So like in one hand I'm just focusing on the fact that they did have that thematic through line. You know, that it was kind of about like underneath the story of, you know, the Deadites, like the demonic presence, the book, the dagger. There was also this like family plot that followed through this movie.
twin, just say what it was. It was domestic violence. It was a domestic violence plot.
No, I get that. I'm not trying to not say it, but
No, I'm sorry. It just felt like you
I'm
were like dancing around what it was. I was
no, I'm
like,
not dancing around what it was. I'm just my ADHD's kind of going crazy right now. If I'm being real,
oh, sorry,
yeah.
sorry,
So
my fault.
yeah, so I'm not trying to. I'm struggling in general to word things.
Yeah,
What else can I say? Uh, the gore in this shit. If you're someone who likes gore in horror movies, this movie fucking delivered. It really
yeah.
fucking delivered. It was really gruesome. Um, I kind of had a discussion with Nancy. Nancy hated this movie. And
Yeah, I mean,
I literally
you,
apologized to her for having her
I'm
watch
sorry.
it.
I'm sorry. You took the Christian woman to go see the demon movie.
Yeah.
Are we
But
getting into spoilers now?
no, we're always in spoilers. But I apologize to her profusely for this, and I'm still sorry I had her watch it. She said it was worth in
Matter of
Terrifier
fact,
3.
say sorry again on the cam. Say
I'm
sorry again on
sorry,
the
Nancy.
cam.
I'm sorry for taking you to Evil Dead Burn. She tried to say though that the gore was worse than Terrifier 3, and I don't think that's fucking true at all.
I think the context of the scenes is different. Terrifier is known as kind of like more campy horror, where it doesn't take itself too seriously. You know, it's kind of, you're not really there for the plot that much. You're there for the gore. I think with the context of these scenes in this movie specifically, it's not as gory as previous Evil Dead installments. I will say that right off the bat. I think, in my opinion, Evil Dead in 2013 was still the goriest. In terms of like shock value, I do think that Evil Dead in 2013 is still like predominantly the most gory one. Evil Dead Rise.
I was trying to
Evil
remember
Dead
Evil Dead
Rise
Rise,
was-
but I didn't remember Evil Dead Rise being like crazy like that.
I love Evil Dead Rise.
I liked it a lot
I'm
too.
not. I'm not gonna spoil anything because I recommended somebody in the party to view Evil
I
Dead
mean,
Rise.
I mean, it's not like I care that bad about the spoilers. Like, because
Okay.
like for reference, y'all, I haven't. I'm like I said, I'm not a horror movie buff, so I haven't watched any of this. So this was my first Evil Dead.
Yeah, I think I'm like I'm the horror buff here for the most part.
Oh, yeah, I'm
Yeah,
like midway.
So like for me, I think it really is the setting of the gore. I can handle gore in and of itself, you know, just off of like in general. But like the way it's set up, the way the character dynamics feed into the gore and how certain things happen, and it's just overall like it has a really nasty vibe. It does, and I think it does it well.
Yeah,
Ganesh, are you there?
yeah, I'm here. What?
Oh, I'm sorry, your eyes was doing a thing. Anyway.
Bro.
Anyway, like we said, I think the inclusion of a other subplot line outside of the whole what's it called, the book of the
The
Necronomicon.
Necronomicon. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean, and the Blade of Kandor and everything like that. You know, I know that's like the main thematic thing, and it's a cycle throughout like all of the Evil Deads based off of what you told me, Ganesh.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I like that it was like, I like when a story is balanced. I like when things in a story in a movie is balanced. And I think the one thing that I would say about this is that everything felt very balanced to me in terms of the different plots, in terms of instead of the different like shock value things that they presented, the gore, the jump scares, the psychological tenseness, all of those things. I think they balanced them really well. And while it didn't necessarily spook me to my core, you know, I was definitely really immersed in the vibe of everything. I was only taken out because when we were in the theater, there was this like red light overhead, and like one of the times I like threw my hands up and I saw the red light, I was like, "I'm sorry, I'm sorry." I was like, "Why is there a red light in the theater?" No, there's no way. And then this happens. So now I'm really like,
There wasn't any red light. I don't know what you're talking about.
well, you're fucking blind. So you're blind and or possessed. So there definitely was red light. I definitely saw it. I definitely turned back and looked at it too, because I was like, there's no way. I don't know if they do that for like immersion, or if you're in the comments, if you know what the reason for that is, if you work like a movie theater, please explain. Because that was the only time I was like deep down scared watching this. Because there was some spooky shit happening on the screen along with it. I was like, no.
As far as the movie goes, I do feel like they did a fairly good job at balancing the tone, better than a couple different installments in other franchises like Scream. I think this one is much better than the last Scream movie that came out. Yo.
Huh?
Nothing. But I can admire the humor that they decided to insert into the movie, I do think that there are a lot of funny moments in this movie. Genuinely, right off the bat, that transition between the car accident into straight up
That
cheeks,
shit was
bro.
so funny. I was like, nothing hit harder than some ass shaking to some rap.
Oh,
Not
hell
even a
nah,
car hitting a
dude.
person. I was like, there's no way. That shit was so hilarious.
I
Like, we
This
hated
movie
that.
was
straight up
also
started.
disgusting.
I hated that.
This, yeah, this movie was disgusting in other ways, bro. Like, first off, the mother and the father,
Oh my gosh, that was nasty.
they had a little Nosferatu moment, bro.
That was nasty, bro. Don't even, yo. I don't like how Jaydon looking, bro.
Listen,
Yo, don't ask Jaydon how I was doing during the movie, bro.
that's what I'm saying. I'm in the middle ground of this. This motherfucker was into every type of weird, halfway sexual,
Taking the
romantic, like,
dentures out, taking the
taking the dentures out and licking that shit. He was like, I said, the dentures too? The makeout scene, like,
Oh hell nah, dude. Yeah,
for me, it was just the fact that bro's face was busted open. That's really was my issue. Otherwise,
oh yeah, and then the son getting his face smushed into his girlfriend's corpse.
man,
he bashed face. Yeah, that. Yeah, no.
Nah,
I
Listen.
just take gore for gore's sake. It was just the thing. I think that's just how the Deadites are. They're just really unhinged, and I think there's no other more unhinged shit than those scenes. You know what I mean?
especially with Max the dog.
Bro,
yo,
that was more than unhinged. That was straight evil, bro.
I
Evil
know.
Dead.
Yeah.
Me and Ganesh were literally talking about it. I was like, and I know Braulio hated when that dog died. He was like, Tino! Oh! We knew that struck a chord with you. I just know.
I knew the dog was gonna die.
Mm.
But
Did you know it was gonna come back?
well, I wasn't surprised that it did. But
I was a little taken aback too.
yeah, no. If you're a dog owner or just a pet owner in general, if you love animals,
Or if you love animals.
yeah,
This shit finna hurt your feelings.
that's
This
Man,
finna
there's a
hurt your
couple-
feelings.
But you know
There's
what?
a couple movies out
Like-
there that are kind of like not
Yeah.
pet friendly.
Like I don't know. It's always gonna disturb me like that, where it's like it's either like animals or like little kids. Like Terrifier 3 did that with like a little kid.
Shoot, if you saw the
And that
post-credit scene
shit-
for this movie,
That shit disturbed me. Yes,
That
like
post-credit scene,
I
was
didn't
like,
watch it. I just looked it up before this episode. I didn't know there was a post-credit scene.
yeah,
And
I
I'm
know
like-
y'all
Yeah.
booked it out of the theater. Nancy was like, "Get me out of here."
It's like, get me out. It's like, you took me to go see that demon movie. Oh, I'm finna beat you. like what? Braulio, how? You know what Evil Dead is.
Listen. I don't remember Evil Red Dead Rise being that bad. Like,
It's a demon movie.
but like she does watch horror movies. Like she does watch some horror movies. I just don't remember Evil Dead Rise being that bad. I knew there was more comedic elements. I didn't know what was gonna come into this movie. And like
Yeah,
we talk
this
about
movie was a
comedic
lot.
we talk about comedic elements, but there weren't that many in this one. It was
Honestly-
way more trying to be like
Yeah, I think the main comedic thing was the grandmother.
yeah, like there
And-
was. I'm sorry to cut you off, but like
No, go
there was comedic elements. I'm not saying there wasn't, but like I feel like it was because of how it was structured with being such an intense, rapidly moving movie that like those comedic moments are very short. They're very short to the point, and then boom, you're back in it.
Yeah,
So
sure.
like I feel like that was different from what I remember, and I could be remembering wrong. You know what I mean? So that was just a bad call on my part.
I mean, then again, like I'm assuming because, like, again, I don't know nothing about this, so you know what I mean. So for me, I kind of had to just take it all for what it was because this was all new to me.
Yeah.
Well, I will say, with Sam Raimi and Bruce Campbell being producers of the movie, they are the original creators of Evil Dead,
Yeah.
the franchise as a whole,
Mm.
and they've always kind of had sort of more comedic elements in their movies as
Mhm.
opposed to other franchises. Like Scream does have some funny moments, but I think a lot more dark humor is shown, whereas Scream kind of likes to show and break the fourth wall. I think Evil Dead really excels in sort of that middle ground between comedy and horror,
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
body horror, especially with the gore being over the top, and kind of the idea of the Deadites really just bringing out the worst in people and really
Yeah,
just excelling that kind of those attributes of humans.
I mean, getting back to like the gore of it, some of the injuries in this film were just fucking ridiculous. Like at the very end where she got like the rebar through her ankle. I don't know if you guys like understand how physically difficult it would have been, like uninjured, unfatigued, to get your whole ankle out of a rebar like that,
Yeah.
right? Especially at the angle at which it happened. And she was fighting people up and down in that house. That
That's
that French lady, that French lady got it.
that's them
She got it.
French genes.
Yeah.
I don't know. Um, but to talk about some of the things, this one is like a pro, and then also getting into the con. Um, the main, so first talking about the subplots and whatever like that. I think the main thing that I didn't like about them is that it felt like they were kind of just like scattered out and didn't return home to like the center direction of the film. Does that make sense? It's like you have the grandmother and her dementia stuff, and you know, prior family dynamics having to do with the grandfather that are just there, they're present. They add a layer, but they don't really do anything. You know what I mean? And then even some of the layers of it that is meant to do something, like for example, the French lady and her husband. Um, I feel like it didn't hit as hard as it could have. You know what I mean? And for me, what I've interpreted from the Deadites is that they, like Ganesh said, they play on already existing problems and trauma and whatever. It just didn't hit as hard for me because I feel like we didn't see how bad their relationship was. You can insinuate because, like, if you know things about domestic violence, which I feel like some of how they displayed some of it was tacky. I don't think it was like, you know, obviously you can't get too realistic about how domestic violence is on screen, but like I would have liked it to be a little bit grounded in that, so that way you can really feel how much it alters that woman's mind and how much like it really takes her out of certain situations.
Mm-hmm.
Because like the underlying theme, like if we were to make an alternative title for this, and I love to do this with movies, I would call this Evil Dead Domestic Violence, right? Because everything I think had a relation to that, right? From how she was watching the brother bash his girlfriend's skull in, you know what I mean? And seeing like, oh, the brothers are alike. You know, the dynamics between family members and, you know, the hints of emotional and mental abuse, you know. And then not only that, I think the most dynamic scene in the movie, which is the main character, I forget her name, but she was like crawling on the floor as
Alice.
Alice, as the father Deadeye was fighting the son and the mom. The depiction of that, her scrambling on the ground like a child, while the older sibling and the mom are boxing the dad, that was very reminiscent of like a DV violence scenario. And I thought that was something that was like a huge plus in terms of like really adding another layer. But again, the main thing that was supposed to affect her with the brother, her husband, didn't hit for me. And that's why I was kind of like a little let down there.
I mean, the main for me it didn't bother me so much because I see what you mean and I can agree with you. And the thing is, like, I think if you're going into a horror movie, most times you won't even get that level of like nuance in a lot
Yeah.
of them. Like they'll just
I
give
feel
you
like they
like
might be onto something though.
like I feel like a lot of horror movies they just give you like here's plot, here's subplot. Subplot's like very surface level, and then like you go. But I think this one it did cleverly, like it was very clever in its like damn, I can't. Why am I? Can't find words today.
My bad, I threw you
Very,
off.
very clever in its execution of these themes. Could there have been more? Yes, but I don't think that's really the focus of Evil Dead.
Yeah, like,
You
am I
know?
asking for too much in what I was saying? Like, I don't know, because like,
I don't think so. Not at
No,
all.
I
Because
mean in
the
terms of
last one.
yeah, in terms of
Go
a
ahead.
movie perspective, I definitely not. They could have done different things, like maybe more flashbacks. I like what they did do was like, yeah, you could tell what it is. It's clear in what it is. So at least there's that. But yeah, they only really just showed, oh yeah, look at this dynamic in the beginning. The guy's dead, and then we insinuate throughout the whole movie, and then you get like little snippets of things between the other family members, like the mom, you know what I mean, the mother-in-law. She's like right before like the end, she's like, yeah, you knew about it the whole time, and you didn't say anything. You suck, you know, like
yeah,
and like I don't know. It was there, and I appreciate that it was there, but I can agree with you that like there could have been more to really hammer those themes home.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
Like,
I think.
for,
Oh, go ahead.
like for example, with the transitions between tone, going from like,
Bless you.
bless you,
Thank you.
going from some serious moments to comedy, it can work, but I do think that this movie kind of struggled with balancing that tone of seriousness and comedy as well. For example, at the funeral, what the hell was that needle drop? Was that the artist? I'm gonna search it up if that was the artist. Cause why was that trash beat?
And then
He
getting down like it was fire as hell. I'm like, I'm really trying to listen. I'm like, does this shit bang? No, it don't. It really don't bang. Why is he getting down this hard? Like, it's kind of
To
annoying.
be honest, okay, maybe okay, maybe it's a hot take, but I actually like that scene.
No way.
I actually did, yeah, I actually did. Because
Yeah.
it to me it was like unhinged itself, where he was just like going off the rail, like it's fucking weird and it's fucking funny a little bit, you know.
That's
But
fair. If it embraces it.
I do agree with you though, where like it does. I feel like they're doing. I can tell they're making these choices because of the Sam Raimi-isms. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
kind of going back to last episode where we talked about Supergirl and like the James Gunnification. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I think I'm starting to be able to really see more when someone's, you know, imitating or giving their own take on someone else's style.
Mhm.
Sam Raimi was very effective in his style because that was him. You know what I mean? That was how he shot Evil Dead, and that's how they created it. I can respect that it was there. You know, some of the jokes are funny. I like the grandma, but
But even
like
that, I think, eventually started to get a little overplayed.
I think the thing was it's just it contrasted with the pace of the film. The pace of the film was very quick. Like it was supposed to keep you locked in and tense the entire time. It's hard to kind of incorporate that too much, you know, without sacrificing that.
Yeah, and I think another thing to go with that pacing, you said that you liked the flashbacks. I'm not gonna lie to you, I kind of didn't.
Yeah.
You know,
I didn't like the blue tone of the flashbacks where it was almost kind of repetitive, you know. It was already showing us things that we already knew about Will. I think it would have been more effective if they kind of showed Will as a ghost, or just like as a vision that would appear in Alice's sort of like point of view, or if they showed her at the funeral sort of like daydreaming perhaps, um instead of that whole crematorium scene with the music video. They could have inserted a sort of montage of Will's body breaking out of the casket and coming over to haunt Alice, and then flashing right next to the next scene where Alice just kind of like looks up and is like, "Oh, that wasn't real. That was all in her head."
actually,
Yeah.
I think, yeah, to your point, if they had did that when they asked her, like, do you have anything to say about your husband? That would have been a perfect time to do that.
But that goes into one of my biggest criticisms because I didn't really say I like the flashback scenes. I just said there could have been more like than what they gave us. But I think one of
like,
my actual bigger critiques of the movie is the fact that I didn't I didn't really like the fact that Will's the husband, right? That Will only popped up at the end. Like
Yeah.
I feel
Yeah.
like the thing about Evil Dead Rise, which is the one I watched, and like this movie where it was very strong in, was that these Deadites, like in the family, they were there the whole time. They're very relentless. You know what I mean? Deadites are very relentless and they'll just keep coming. You know what I mean? And they'll just keep going for you. And like the whole entire time I'm asking myself, like, ever since he broke out the freaking coffin, like where the hell is this guy?
Yeah.
Like he's just sitting there waiting to be the final boss. Like I didn't like that. And I feel like I agree with you guys. Like if he was there, I feel like if he was there just with the family, kind of leading them and just, saying all the shit, throughout the entire movie, saying all the stuff, then you really would have been stronger in both the theme and like the lore of Evil Dead, being that like Ganesh said it himself, like the Deadites are supposed to be kind of like this bad, like really bad reflection of people, like bringing out the worst in them. What better way to do that than like a husband who abuses his wife? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he could have been present in the whole movie, and it would have been so much more effective that way.
I also think that if you did some mixes of like dual processing of like what's happening actively and what it reminds you of in the past, because when we talk about like trauma and being triggered like by like PTSD and things of that nature, it does like do like a double vision of like what you experienced in the past and what's happening right now that's triggering you. And if they did something like that, like maybe like with the audio, where she's like hearing him in the things in the abuse while the violence is happening, like enacted by the family members in front of her. Like the main thing that I think about was like that moment where she's just like staring at the brother bashing his girlfriend's head in. That would have been like a really good moment to do that, something like that. But to your point about them saving the brother, this is a crazy critique of mine. I don't think that whole third act should have been there.
I agree.
I like on God, when he actually pulled up and he was standing in front of the house with the house burning behind him, and then she ran into the forest and it looked like she was getting away from him.
Mm-hmm.
If we cut the movie right there and then it connected to the next movie, I think it would have been fine.
Yeah, that would have been great.
I
too.
agree, especially with that CGI.
Yeah, Ganesh is not a fan of that CGI. I'm not a fan of it either, but like,
I don't like that there's not enough blood there for an Evil Dead finale. I want like a gore fest. I need it to be disgusting, and I'm sorry, but a jackhammer hitting bone, and just like the CGI was not hitting, it didn't work for me. It didn't work for me. I think the ending would have been better if, honestly, the like I said earlier, the Deadite that was my favorite is the dad, and I feel like they could have done more with a lot of the Deadites, but especially Will. But yeah.
Yeah, I think the reason the dad was such a strong character was because as soon as he was on screen, you could see it in him. Like you could see it in his character, the way he is. You know what I mean? Where he like has this anger, and like it's perfectly set up because he's warning his son. So then you see him transform into a Deadite, and then you see him just go ballistic, and you see him like be like this relentless figure. I feel like Will should have been that.
See, but my thing is this, right?
Or more.
I feel as though the dad was already an angry person before becoming a Deadite.
Yes,
I really get. You know what I mean? And I think something that really sold me for him as a Deadite is the fact that like at certain points before he fully transformed, you couldn't tell if it was a Deadite or if it was him.
Especially at the dining scene.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Like you couldn't tell it was him. I was like, is that him or is it the Deadite talking? Because that feel really real, especially given like the air of abuse in the family. You know what I mean? I think if we set up the dad feeling more like the main villain and we kind of like forgot about Will, And then again, Will is like something that continues on, in Evil Dead Wrath when that comes out. And then we see a stronger, deeper rage from him. You know what I mean? Then I think that would have sold me more, especially because, like, granted, like, I think in many ways, sons and fathers kind of like mirror each other. You know what I mean? And so it's like overcoming the father, but he's older, and all the things of that. That anger is probably sat more, but that young fiery rage that we saw in the beginning of the movie, like infused and fueled by demon energy and all that shit. I think it would have sold for including it in the sequel, rather than doing that third act, which felt very rushed and I just didn't care at that point. Everything that went on in that house, by the time we got to him, I was like, okay. And all he's doing is walking slow and lighting shit on fire.
He just wasn't there. Like he just like his presence, and like I wanted to say this before, but we kind of veered off of it. And I just really want to say this point though, that if he was there the entire time, everyone else's character would have been stronger. Like everyone else's plot line would be even stronger than it was. Because like I'm thinking about the mom, like the mother-in-law. Her whole thing was that she knew about it and she was complacent. Like that was the thing they were trying to push with her. And what if Will was there being a Deadite and she was trying to defend him as a Deadite? Like, no, don't hurt him. Like, don't do this. Like, those things would have made those things stronger. You know what I mean? Yeah. I think the brother's girlfriend was very just like, I think very. I think it was supposed to be like an introduction into just Deadites and like the unhingedness, like what to expect. Especially if you're not like familiar with Evil Dead. I think the brother just running away was fucking like that's fucking crazy, dude.
Yo,
that is crazy,
diff, bro.
That shit pissed me off. That pissed me clean the fuck off, because what do you mean y'all are fighting? Y'all blow for blow with your dad. He's trying to kill you and her. Right? Really, really mainly trying to kill her. He's trying to save you for seconds.
And you have a Glock. You have a Glock. You're trying to be badass.
Right? You point, you don't shoot.
Shoot me. Shoot me, Joe.
Right? Fire extinguisher same thing happened, and then he is straight up whacking her in the back of her head with the car seat. At this point, he's really trying to kill her. You gotta do what you gotta do. And you instead of, again, if he froze, different thing altogether.
But he ran.
He climbed out, looked back, saw it happen, and kept running. I said,
as his girlfriend is screaming.
Yeah, he's like, no, like, bro.
Right? And I'm like, brother, it's very clear that your dad isn't your dad right now. You got to do what you got to do. Right? Yes, we don't know what Deadites are or whatever. Actually, pause. He does know. Because he read the books.
Yeah, he does know because he read the book.
And that's the other thing that was frying me, is like, why were you not instantly locked in? Because if you read in them books, it'd be like, and this is the shit Grandpa was talking. Oh yeah, where that blade at? I would have ran straight upstairs. Nobody, when they were sitting there talking at the front door and he was having a panic attack, I would have said, everybody move. I'm getting ready from jump. I don't know.
His character was very like, I had questions with him. Because like, he's a coward, but at the same time, if he was such a coward, why didn't he just reveal where it was in the first place? Like, oh, it's in the attic.
That would have been more in line. That would have been more in line.
It's in the attic. It's up there.
He's just stupid.
Yeah, like, I didn't get him. Like, he just, out of nowhere, chooses when to be, like...
useful.
Yeah, I don't know.
And I love that the story kind of points it out, too.
Yeah.
Because, like, the girl's like, so you couldn't shoot your dad, but you can smash me in the face and you can stab me with a cork pipe thing. I was like, yeah, call him out. She
kind of spitting.
She's spitting. Call him out. Like,
yeah.
And then here go Ganesh, freak ass, talking about something, and she licked his face. I like that.
Oh,
she got death breath, bro. She got death breath, dog. I don't know what he was talking about,
dude.
She got death breath.
Me too.
All right.
What you mean, me too?
You guys got any other comments about Evil Dead Burn?
Um, trying to think.
I'm interested to see where they take it from here.
Yeah, I'm interested. Again, I don't usually like horror movies, but like I'm about to go watch Evil Dead Rise, and when Evil Dead Wrath comes out, I will go see it with you guys because now I'm invested. Because again, like Ganesh told me, like, oh, and the character from Evil Dead Rise came back randomly at the end in the post credit, and we are gonna probably assume that she's gonna be in Evil Dead Wrath. So I'm curious to see how.
Which is like, that's a question mark.
That is a big question mark
Because,
because
like,
she was part of that whole group of Deadites at the end of Evil Dead Rise.
Yeah.
So,
I do have a question for you guys, as people
Sure.
who watch Evil Dead Rise. So is the only way to get rid of a Deadite through the Kandarian blade?
there's the Kandarian dagger. You can burn them alive.
Yeah, like
Or,
destroy their body.
Or dismemberment. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying, because like based off of what you told me about what happens to her, right? Her coming back, it feels like they're kind of retconning that.
Honestly, they might
Yeah.
be. And honestly, I wouldn't be opposed to it because she was the best part of that movie anyways.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She was?
No, she was genuinely like the main threat throughout the entire thing. Like, which was what was such a big difference between Rise and Burn.
She was
Like,
consistently present.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
she was consistently present, and
Very
that's what it made the whole movie feel more like contained within itself, more solid overall.
Mm-hmm.
So I am curious of what's to come. If it's going to be the same director, because obviously this movie was a different director than Rise. So just to see if it's going to be the same director, what he's going to do with it. Is he going to take notes from the critiques or the reviews, or what? So, I mean, I'm just wondering. I think the movie was good enough for me to wonder and for me to be at least a little hopeful. It wasn't a disaster.
Yeah.
I mean, if anything, I wouldn't be shocked if the director for this movie is a producer on the next, because the director of Evil Dead Rise, Lee Cronin, he was actually one of the producers for this movie as well. So I love the continuity. It's one thing I'll say about Evil Dead. It's pretty consistent, which is a lot to say when it comes to horror movie franchises.
Oh yeah,
because a lot of them are very inconsistent.
And that's something that I kept seeing, because after we watched it, I watched like a few reviews on TikTok here and there, and that was something that I kept seeing. Everybody kept saying, at least Evil Dead is consistent.
Yeah.
So
you know what you're getting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But apparently, Braulio, you didn't know what you were getting because you brought Nancy.
It was different. To be freaking fair.
Yeah, there was a dog.
There was a dog this time.
Another thing in my defense, she didn't actually really watch it. Like, she was like this the entire time.
Oh, I can't see this.
Okay.
I don't know
she
covering her face or something?
I feel bad. Yeah, she covered her face.
Yeah.
Well, don't watch Undertone, bro.
Yeah, Ganesh was telling me Undertone was worse.
Undertone is a lot worse in the theaters when it came out back in like February.
I watched it in Dolby, by the way.
Oh, Evil Dead?
Yeah.
Oh, I want to watch it in Dolby, bro. I want to hear that. Don't turn a deaf ear.
That shit was intense. That shit was. I think my thing about the intensity was like even higher because of that.
Yeah.
It sucked because that was the worst luck. I brought Nancy to that, and then on top of that, the recliners we had didn't work.
Oh man.
So we weren't even comfy. I felt so bad. I'm sorry, Nancy. I owe you one.
Y'all should have went at 9 a.m. like me and Ganesh. Do you know how crazy it is? I rolled out of bed just to go watch this. So imagine you fresh off to wake up, boom, gore. Oh, horror. Oh, yeah. This is great for when you just wake up.
Hell yeah, I love it.
Crazy, y'all.
Are any of your scores changing after discussing it?
No, I think I'm staying at a 7.
Yeah, I'm
staying with my 6. got a nice balance there.
Let us know your thoughts down in the comments below. All right, so I think it's time for our recommendations before we close the episode. Hope you guys enjoyed our review. But do you guys want to start?
Yes, I have this other franchise that I love. If you guys like, I don't know if I've mentioned it on the pod before. If you like Japanese delinquents, okay, talking about like that Tokyo Revengers, talking about like that Windbreaker, all that shit, but you want to see it in live action, there's this franchise called High and Low. All right. They have most of their movies and stuff on Netflix. I'm hype about that because I've just loved how dynamic the action is in there. And I always had like a cool thing for that, Japanese delinquent thing. Cause like, not for nothing, my favorite anime is Yu Yu Hakusho. But the reason why I'm remembering it now is because there's like several announcements that have been put out for that. One, they're doing a final installment for the movie franchise. They're also doing an international thing. And then they also have a stage play going on too. So say in the Sengoku era. So like, I don't know. I really love that franchise. If you guys check out those movies, even if you don't want to check out the entire thing, what I recommend to you, watch High and Low the Worst and High and Low the Worst Cross. Those are my favorite.
And then as far as I go, there's a book called Dungeon Crawler Carl. Picked it up.
Yeah. Did you hear about it before you picked it up?
I did. My former boss had mentioned it to me that he had been reading it, and I was like, I'll probably give it a read. I bought this book. Let's see what today is Sunday. I bought this book a week ago. I'm on page 274. So
damn.
Yeah, it's a solid read. I think it's pretty easy to get through. No filler, no BS. It just kind of gets straight to the point. Yeah, I don't really read like fantasy RPG books like these, honestly, but as like a beginner going into it, it's not bad.
Does it do like the stat reading stuff in it too?
It does.
Like,
it does.
Because that's something like I've listened to audiobooks of the same thing, of the same variety. I assume it's received much better in reading than an audiobook, but in audiobook, it's really annoying.
I think they actually did make a more immersive audiobook reading for this book specifically, so I'm sure there's probably a better edition out there. But yeah, no, I like my physical hardcover books, or not hardcover, softcover paperback books. And it's been light work, and I enjoy it. So yeah, Dungeon Crawler Carl.
Yeah, no,
Matt Dinneman.
I heard about it through Distractable and like Markiplier and his friends. They always talk about it, and they're all on like the 8th book of the series, like the newest one that came out. Damn. And I'm like, yo, this sounds fire, bro. Like, I don't know, the way
Dune, bro.
The way they talk about it, dude, makes me want to read it.
I think Peacock did say that they're picking up an adaptation of it as well. So.
Oh hell yeah! My recommendation will be something that we'll probably review when it's over, depending if you guys want to. But it is X-Men 97. Just in general.
Season 2?
I'm going to put it just in general because Season 1 was absolutely amazing.
I actually have to finish Season 1.
One of the best like Marvel Studios animated projects, if not project, period. It was phenomenal. Season 2 has been really good so far. It hasn't lived up yet to like the heights of Season 1 yet, but it's still ongoing. So I've been enjoying it. I've liked it a lot. And if you're somehow one of the people who hasn't watched it, go watch it. It's worth it.
Yeah.
Also, side note, I do want to say one thing.
Yeah.
Avatar, the movie, is coming out this month on Paramount Plus.
Y'all better go watch that movie.
Watch it. Please. Go watch it.
I need Avatar 7 Havens. Yeah. I know how y'all feel, but I need Avatar 7 Havens. Please, I beg.
Yeah.
I will get down on my knees.
About Paramount, which are completely valid. Just support Avatar Studios.
Like I actually don't know. anything about the Paramount stuff. I'm not going to lie.
I don't know.
Anyway, we
too
don't got to
much
get into
either,
this. It's okay.
but I know that there's a lot going on in with these corporations, but go support Avatar Studios so that they can keep going. It can be known that there is a fan base out there, that this movie was not supposed to be done this dirty, and that Avatar Studios can keep going on and making great stuff. So just wanted to say that before we close out the episode.
Especially if you watched the leak.
Yeah.
I watched the leak. I'm not going to lie. I'm obviously going to go watch it on Paramount because, hello, okay?
I haven't.
Please.
I
love
didn't
that
even
film.
know that they're coming out with the movie.
Yeah, so, oh my God. Guys, do you want to review that?
Oh yeah, I'm down.
Yeah, sure.
I'm so down.
I'm
I'll
excited.
pirate it.
Oh hell nah! You did not just say that shit.
Yo,
All right.
Deadeye Ganesh.
Deadeye
Ganesh
behavior.
be like, I'm a pirate.
Truly
Deadeye
evil.
behavior.
Truly evil. Well,
Yeah,
hope you enjoyed this episode.
Evil, not evil living.
Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Leave your thoughts, questions, anything of the sort down there in the comments. And we will see you guys on the next episode. So peace
Peace
out.